so much of what he has made practical, made practical in my life. And many people were asking me, I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you do it. And so the Lord spoke, and God said, tell them to defend themselves. Remember that word? And the Lord said, go beyond offense. People get offended easily. And with offense, you make some ridiculous decisions that doesn't line up with the will of God. And then if you're not in the will of God, you waste your time. Our philosophy in life, long time. And the philosophy was time spent waiting on the Lord is never wasted time. Time spent on the will of God and His plan. It's been my philosophy. And time spent waiting on the Lord is never wasted time. Because anytime you God give you something, you got to embrace the process. If God gives you a promise, the promise comes with a process. And if you don't go through the process, there's something you're going to miss. And I've told God it doesn't mind how long it takes. As long as at the end He brings me out. That's all that matters. And no matter what I go through, all I want to know that at the end of the process, God brings me out. Amen? But there's some things you're going to pray. So I got a little thing that I want to let you make practical. I want you to understand it because you're going to need it. Remember me preaching about the window of opportunity that was open? I want you to short the window, and man, let me tell you, you don't even know how I was. I was going through a crisis that I will share with you. That crisis I was going through at the time, I had to pray hard to find out if I had missed God, or God had missed me, or I had missed His timing. So what do you mean, Pastor? Let me read from Matthew chapter 5. Mrs. Kerry read it this morning. And I just want to help you. Somebody say, help me, Pastor. How many of y'all love Sister Lottie? It says, verse 43, you have heard that it has been said, thou shalt love thy neighbor and hate thy enemy. But I say unto you, love your enemies, bless them that curse you, do good to them that hate you, and pray for them which despitefully use you and persecute you, that ye may be the children of your Father which is in heaven. For he maketh his sun to rise on the evil and on the good, and sendeth rain on the just and the unjust. For if you love them which love you, what reward have ye? Do not even the publicans deceive? And if you salute your brethren only, what do you more than others? Not even the publicans do. Be therefore perfect, even as of your Father which in heaven is perfect. The difference between your enemies and the enemy. This is where the confusion comes. There's a difference. And if you don't know the difference, you are going to conduct yourself a certain way and miss God. So, Father, I thank you and praise you. I come to you in the name of Jesus. Whatever comes to Rudy Roberts, let it fall to the ground and die. Where is it coming to? Let it find good grounds. Bring forth 100-fold in this life, and eternal life in the world to come. Thou do give you all the glory. In Jesus' name, amen. God, this past week, has so allowed what he's done to give me so much hope and encouragement. Why? I know the Bible a little bit, still trying to learn it. But I did prophecy. And I've been studying prophecy and teaching it for a long time. And prophecy is more revealed as it unfolds, more clearly seen and understood as it unfolds, because with a few exceptions, there is no date set in prophecy. There are time periods set, but like no dates. Like, for instance, Daniel said that a certain thing will happen and Christ was coming. If you calculate the time Daniel prophesied that Christ was coming and be crucified to the time the Roman general stood down over Jerusalem in Daniel chapter 9, you'll find that to be very accurate. So you have to watch prophecy as it unfolds. Daniel in the Persian Empire was able to sit under 3 kings. And he was able to live. Oh, hallelujah. Oh, this blessing. He was able to literally live and watch prophecy unfold in his lifetime. And you may not know it, because you may not know prophecy. But I'm watching prophecy that I was called off the wall for in 1991. Y'all recall that? I did 13 series on the Gulf crisis, and they couldn't deal with the migration of North's children and the original people of Russia and North descendants and all that good stuff. And I began to teach all that stuff out of my business series, the borders and North's children migration, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, where Shem is who Christ came to, Ham, the Egyptians, and so on, and Japheth migrated to the Caucasus Mountain, the Syrian border. I was able to research and did all that teaching, and I remember going into a country to preach, and they put my tape on the radio. So when I put my tape on the radio, they played it. The pastor wouldn't let me preach in this church. And they asked the people who hosted me, where to find this false prophet that's turning the phones off in church if the Bible's not on. You don't have distraction while God's speaking. Amen. My eyes are all over. Pay attention to what God said. And so I watched it. And so he didn't let me in. But he sent his wife out to hear me preach. And she came and she cried for 2 nights. So he decided to come. And then he's nodding his head as if he's understanding what I said, and then approval. And after I finished preaching in the church that let me preach, he asked me to preach in this church. I said, no. You didn't receive me? I am not going to preach in the church, but I dust the very dust of my feet. You know the story. 6 months later, the church was closed and closed forever. You open up since. From then to now, it's not open. So I've proven God. If you know something, you don't condemn it. But I live to see prophecy unfold. All those teaching, now I'm watching them unfold before my eyes. And I got in a real questionable spot with God. See, folks, you know, you send me a voicemail, but people say, boy, that, what they call me? That dude. Yeah, I said, that nigga Rudy Roberts. I said, man, I leave this church. He prophesied them things a long time. He prophesied for the world before the world trade center. And they have a conversation. And I understand that there are things that people don't know. And I understand why they behave the way they behave. Because they don't know. There's some people talk loosely about what's going on in the world, and they have their opinion, but they don't know. They can't attribute it to the scriptures, and the word of God, or the Holy Spirit. And then one's going to get caught like a thief in the night. Because we are so close to the coming of Jesus Christ. I will show you why I try to instruct you for the season. People are wondering if the rapture will take place this year. But what I did see was I saw Russia in place. Just where the Bible said she's going to be in place. God will make go. I saw them in the Syrian war. I saw Damascus and Syria destroyed. Isaiah 17. And the Bible said that Damascus was not going to be, you can read it, inhabited again. And you look at the news or you Google it, they said they're never going to rebuild Damascus. That scripture is fulfilled. Yes. Prophecy. I saw Turkey, Uganda, side with Russia and Iran. I saw China, kings of the East, side with Russia, kings of the East. All in the Bible. I'm watching this unfold. Now I remember when we was in Oklahoma and a prophecy was given that the doors of Russia was going to be open for the gospel of Jesus Christ. And that the window was not going to be long. Go in, preach the gospel, and see how many will get saved. Go now and Google that Mr. Vladimir Putin has closed every church in Russia. I can preach it because it's all over the Facebook, all over the world. You can't preach in Russia and carry the gospel of Jesus Christ now. The church is going underground. There's a revival underground in Russia. There's a revival underground in China. Those doors are open for public preaching. I know that the world wants to go after Israel, but America still get basically the only superpower because Russia lost a superpower back in the 70s. So I knew that the one thing they want was America out of the way to take over Israel. I got so, Lord, I know that the Antichrist cannot take over until the church is raptured. Lord, I know from the scripture that the Antichrist will bring peace to the Arab and the Israeli after World War III. I know that. I know from the scripture. That's the only pseudo peace that when he started coming to 7 years. I said, World War III Israel, all the people for World War III is exactly what you say, but exactly one thing is supposed to happen in a city called Aleppo. But I don't get the devil, but that's where King Assad is now. But Aleppo is supposed to burn. Another story. But Aleppo is a city. What is it is that once that happened, there's really no more prophecy to fulfill for this situation. No more. Everything that Christ said was going to happen is happening on some scale. Everything. You just got to decide what section of the word of God going to be fulfilled in you. Because he said every word that's spoken in his word will come to pass. And God knows I've seen it. I got it. Lord, you said to my own father that this building was going to be finished. You said the last word he spoke was last word. He came, he was sick, but he came out from home. Said, I'm coming to church. And he came to church and he prophesied. He said, the whole one Christian Center building will be finished. So we must now praise God for finished work. But he said, shortly, said there's going to come a move of God. Touch your neighbors, have a power this morning. Glory to God. He said there's going to be a move of God that's coming out of here. See, we're here. Yes. And while we're here, it looks like World War III going to take place and the rapture going to take place. What about finishing this and having a move of God that will shock the very foundation of hell in this country? And I saw a vision this week. Oh my God, lift your hands up, Alicia, because God is blessing you with music. Hallelujah. I saw you working with the choir. No, I only said what I saw. And I saw the choir. It was so. Anyway. It was so. Come back home, child. God bless you with a voice. Because let me tell you something, I saw it. Just humble yourself, and I saw the sound. I was praising God. It was, the presence was so sweet. It was so wonderful. One was enjoying it, amen. But I was in that service and listened to the melodious sound and the anointed choir that was ministering. Every place out there was packed to capacity. Hallelujah. Literally packed to capacity. And I said, okay. Oh, somebody's cooking glory on out to the Lord. Oh, I feel it stopping me. Someone come and stop somebody's hand and say, let the anointing take over our lives in the name of Jesus. And so I begin to question these things. Because one thing I live for and long to be a part of is being anointed in this last hour. Because the kind of anointing that God promised, you can have fun chasing the devil. Oh Lord Jesus, make my day. What? I got power to chase the devil, and the devil running, and carefully look here, that we couldn't even hide on the grape leaf. I'm telling you. What? I will enjoy myself, and the glory belongs to Jesus. And I understand, I see the description. Glory to God. I see the description. I knew all about the war coming, but I have a description of God's army. I have a description of the most powerful army that the world will ever see. Last time I ended the sermon, I told you that Jesus Christ said that the harvest you see is the end of the world. There is a final harvest that God is raising up laborers for, and you cannot be a part of this unless you've been going through something now. Lift your hand and give God glory. Anybody been going through something now? Hello, we got our son here today, and he said he just keep it here. But we understand that he been going through something, and the enemy trying to think he gonna kill him, but the devil is a liar. He is here, hallelujah, back under his covering. To get a fresh start and kick the devil again. Now, y'all do not even understand what I'm talking about. Somebody give God glory. I know what's fighting my children. I know it's coming from. Hey, glory to God. I know what's fighting them, and I know it's coming from. And I declare that God, don't you let me remind you, I had a service. My wife hollers, she screamed, honey, there's a honey down there. What about the children? I said, look at here. She said, you don't worry about nothing. I don't need to worry when I give it to God. Hello, somebody. God had no choice but to deliver because he caused me to trust him. Shut up. I trust him in everything. Me, my family, and all. Yes. you just saw a 7-day fast that I did. And then when I was about to lift offering, you witnessed it. When I was about to lift offering, the Holy Spirit bellowed over me. See, I'm a vessel. I don't know what he's going to do, how he's going to do it, but I'm a vessel. Ready for whatever he wants to do, when he wants to do it. That's how I am. I'm a vessel. And you stood here and you heard, I'm getting ready to lift the offering. I already called for the offering. And as I get ready to lift the offering, the Holy Spirit said, Barabbas, I call you from the hands of the witchcraft workers. I called you now. Come on, man. I called you. The witchcraft people can't hold you no longer. And you were ready to church back. And we haven't seen him for what? Slept under the roof for 1 year and 5 weeks. And that same time when the Holy Spirit called him, lo and behold, that same week he slept under a roof. And the day he's married and successful, and you will tell me that I ain't gonna praise God. Let me tell you something, church. I know who lives inside of me. Sometimes people look at me and they don't understand me because they make fun of me talking about demons and demons. I know demons, I know devils. I will fight them as long as God lives inside of me. Fight for my wife, fight for my children. I'll fight for the spiritual children. I'll fight for the things of God to be. I know somebody. I was raised as a servant of God to fight against the things of the devil. And I shall do that until Christ comes. Somebody got a scripture glory and shout. Those hands up, let me bless you. I'm feeling an anointing here. I'm feeling an anointing here. I'm feeling an anointing here. Oh God, I'm feeling an anointing. Somebody's doing another glory here. Run, let me touch it, boy. I've been feeling an anointing. Come. I am feeling an anointing. I've been trying to praise it out. I've been trying to praise it out. And y'all don't want to praise God with me. So I'm going to shout it out. I'm going to preach it out. Can't y'all go to one? Let me praise it out. I'm just going to preach it out. Oh yeah, you feel what I'm feeling. Come on, lift your hands up. You feel what I'm feeling. Lift your hands up. Lift your hands up. Then we sit down here. We sit down here and watch the devil beat up your people. And you get power? No. Anytime you push my back against the wall, you're going to find out that there's a bigger God inside of you than you ever experienced. Hello, somebody. I know the God I serve, Mama. I know the God I serve, and I tell God, there is no way, no works of the devil going to destroy me. There is no way, no works of the devil, all powers of darkness going to destroy me. Because you told me to trust you, and you told me that many of the afflictions of the righteous, you shall deliver them of them all. And you told me that they that trust in the Lord shall be among Zion, as the mountain around about Israel. So God around his people. You told me that I don't put my hands into iniquity, that you got to deliver me. I tell the angel, check my record. God is my only God. God is my only source. Where will he got to deliver us? Somebody got to shout. Somebody got to open up their mouth. I got children. They don't know how to fight yet. There was somebody if they get inside and put me somebody trying to beat up their daddy, the Lord be with you. That they're going to kick them. They're going to kick them to look at not my daddy. They're going to fight for daddy. Well, let's turn it around. I should have never tried to beat him up. See, I'm going to fight forever. You tell me. You tell me. I was in a barber shop one day years ago, and my boy was sitting there and he was talking to me. The guy said, "Go hit him." So all I said to him, he was young, small. So I look at him. I said, "He's my son." So I said, "You didn't hear what I said. He's my son." What does that mean? By the time you raise and hit him, you out. You won't know it. I can take you out. That's my job. He's a juvenile. I don't stand and watch him get beat. As you get older, you watch the kids. You see them, especially you come down here and we meet people before we get a child. Well, see, they're ready to defend physically their father, their mother, or anyone. That's a natural state physically. Well, try to apply it spiritually. Yeah. Right at this age, you don't let anybody talk about him. No. But you think as you get older and he gets bigger, and somebody put you aside till I take him off for you. We have to apply that in the spiritual realm. Lift your hand, somebody. Lift your hand, somebody. We have to apply it in the spiritual realm because we are in a war. And I put down so much stuff in the preach. We are in a war. It's okay to tell her she can hold her inside. And that's my baby too. She understands just what I'm talking about. She could praise God inside here. Because she understands how they understand exactly what they need to. They try to ask me questions over the years. I said, I can't tell you the things back then because you were too young. But as they get older, they saw that. Oh, so this is what you've been protecting us from. Yeah, this is where I've been protecting you from. I've been protecting you from that evil one that didn't want to see a mama survive with 5 children because their daddy died at age 36. Hello, somebody. God is raising up a people, a radical people who will tell the devil, look at here. I see you want to take on somebody, but you got to deal with a God on the inside of me. I know some of you say, Pastor, you say you're a priest, Lord, and you already got anointed. I want you to understand I came in a warfare on the inside of me, and I'm here to tell you to join me in the fight. Oh Lord open up your mouth, open up your mouth, open up your mouth, open up your mouth. Let the power of the Holy Ghost, let the power. Listen. What a presence. What an awesome presence. Come on, take it up here and just lift your hands. 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 Give it over here. Pass it here. Una. Kuta. No me la. Who's Steve? Who's Steve out there? Lord, I'm trying. I'm trying. I'm trying. You don't understand. You don't understand. There's nothing to lose. The only thing that could be lost if you miss your spot now. There's nothing. We've lost so much stuff yesterday. We've gone through so much yesterday. The only thing that could be lost, that if you miss your spot now, if you miss what God doing now, that's the only thing, because you're already being through so much fight yesterday. You're being through so much situation yesterday. We are right here in a little window. And a little window was a powerful window. In a little window for the move of God. It's a little window for the power of God. It's a little window for revival. It's a little window for God to demonstrate his power. It's a little window open for everything that God called to do to you to perfect it. So that you don't have to worry about money. You don't have to worry about health. You just become a vessel unto God. Somebody gonna be debt free. Lift up your hands. Lord, I feel the Holy Ghost. Somebody gonna be debt free. Somebody's body gonna be renewed like the eagle. Because God has chosen you. It'll make no difference. There's no cut edge for all. No edge cut off for America. Somebody open up your mouth. Shout the glory. There's no cut off range for America from heaven. What he's doing, I tell you where I've been, what he's doing to me. And I began to minister, and God began to speak into the spirit. He said, let me show you that the window has been open. I didn't see how we will get out of World War III. Because everything, you have millions demonstrating in the street and say, death to America. Millions. When the general was killed and he had the funeral. So we said, my God, this looks like it's not in the natural. And every time I talk to my kids in the States, I say, look, y'all, be ready. Be ready, because nobody knows where the rapture is. And don't let nobody fool you. You think you're too young? When the rapture takes place, there will be babies in mother's belly. When the rapture takes place, there will be young, old, middle age. But everybody got to be ready to go up. You don't even have a second to get ready. You got to live in readiness. That's what the Bible said. The Bible said, be ye perfect for your Father in heaven. You got to be ready, because Christ is coming. But before Christ comes, he said, I'm going to demonstrate my power. I'm going to have babes and sucklings, that I will have praise coming out of their mouths. I want all the children in the house to lift their voice and give God praise. All the children, give God glory. Glory be to God. That's one of the signs we're going through over the years. Now God says we're not going backwards, we're going forward. And they will see that the power of the Holy Spirit is moving. The power is anointing. Manifest miracle. Just worship. Worship. your start worshiping. Start worshiping. Get in the spirit. Get in the spirit. Get in the spirit. Get in the spirit. Hallelujah, Lord Jesus. Hallelujah, Lord Jesus. Get in the spirit. Get in the spirit. Get in the spirit. Praise your name. We praise the name of God. Glory to God. Glory to God. Stay in the spirit. Stay in the spirit. Stay in the spirit. One Holy Spirit. Stay in the spirit. We are in your presence. Fill us with your power. Live inside of me. Welcome, Holy Spirit. We are in your presence. Fill us with your power. Live inside of me. You're my living water. Take complete control. Welcome, Holy Spirit. We are in the presence. Fill us with your power. Live inside me. Welcome, Holy Spirit. We are in fill us with your power. Live inside. Savior, you're mine. Savior, you're mine. You're my comforter, counselor. Somebody give the Lord a victory shout right there. Open your mouth. Welcome, Holy Spirit. Lord, Lord. Fill us, Lord. Live inside me. Is there anyone else? It's a little old song. I wonder away from God. Now I'm coming home. Somebody give God a victory song here. The path of sin so long I've trod. Now I'm coming home. Coming. Sweet Jesus. Sweet Jesus. Oh, what a presence. Oh, what a wonderful presence. Is there anyone else want to join this rededication night? Anyone else want to say yes? My soul says yes. Say yes. Say yes. Jesus.